This is my 1990 Redline 390. This bike has the majority of its parts are original. Factory frame and fork, stem, bars, hub set, rear rim. The front rim hoop isn't factory, it's a HJC hoop, but the back wheel is the Sumo. The front rim was laced with the factory 1990 stamped hub. I had picked this bike up a couple of weeks ago and did the overhaul on it already, fully detailed everything, polished all there is to polish, and this had been sitting in a guy's grain shed for a long time, and it was layered thick in dust. In some respects though, it wasn't a bad thing because it somewhat had preserved its condition. It was a dry place. Even though it got covered in dust, it didn't really hold moisture to it because it was a very dry environment. And the chrome polished up on the frame quite well. I was pretty happy with the results on that. There's no dents in the frame, but the frame does have a factory or dealer issued kickstand bolted on behind the bottom bracket shell, and so there is a little bit of a kickstand bite back in there. If you remove the kickstand and look at the underside of the chain stays, there's a little bit of some bite marks there from the kickstand. Um, 165mm crank arms, they're stamped FU in the center. It's running a 44/16 combo. Now there's some hazing on the chrome on the bars that they came out fair, but they're not by any means show chrome or anything like that. I think a lot of you may have noticed by now that a lot of my BMX bikes, you'll see a little creeper ring right here on the non-levered grip there. That's just actually a retainment ring from grip shift. So when I score, department store bikes off the curb or something, I'll rip the ring out of that grip shift to put on my BMX bikes as a anti-creep ring there. All in all, it's a pretty nice little bike though. I'm going to be letting it go at what I think is a heck of a steal of a price. Just got to clear out a few, make a little room for the next ones. BMX addiction is something there's just no cure for. Well, thanks for having a look.